the week, really. I mean, since the pandemic, like if I'm out at the weekend, I'll obviously drink. But with the pandemic going on, I haven't. I kind of here and there, I might have a glass of wine, but it's very like, geez, there was a time where, you know, before all this, I'd have a bottle, you know, or half a bottle, you know, once a week. Yeah. But I kind of cut that out just because it's by myself and my son in the house with the pandemic. I was a bit funny about doing that and working at home and that. So I haven't really drank too much in the past year.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's start with, say, how you take care of your skin. And I did see that you're using what you're using, but just when is it a wash that is, or is it a cleanse? Is it actually a cream cleanser, or is it a wash on your skin?
Yeah, it's a cream that turns to a foam when you wash it up, when you put water to it. Okay. So I would say it's a wash foam cleanser. Yeah.
Okay. And how does that leave your skin when you remove it? Does it leave it feeling a bit tight or dry?
I kind of find with most things, my skin, if I don't put a moisturizer on after I wash my face, it does feel quite tight. Yeah.
Right. And one of the questions we asked was, what was your skin like as a teenager? And you were saying that you didn't really have any issues with it, any spots or you know, it was sort of okay. Am I right?
Yeah, like I didn't have a massive amount of issues. Like I didn't have acne or anything. There was a time, I'd say, at one stage my skin went through a bit of that. You'd get the kind of hormonal spots around your chin, around your cheeks, and it was, I would say, it didn't last any more than a few months. I remember my mom getting me a cream at the time. I think it was called Panoxyl or something. It was very strong. It was like it would literally burn off the spot. It was the doctor who prescribed it, but it was only because I was extra conscious and I wore quite a lot of makeup at that age. But nothing, it cleared up quickly and I never really suffered after that.
Didn't really have. And did you have any redness in your skin? Did you feel like your skin was a little bit more high colored, or was it really just like a baby's bottom, clear?
Yeah, I never really suffered from any redness. It was always just, I was always quite freckly when I was younger. Even I still am. That's probably where you're seeing the pigmentation. I had a lot of freckles when I was younger and they faded over the years. So it was always just pigmentation, but never any redness.
Yes, okay. But that gives me an idea, because if you have freckles, your skin, you're very fair and you're born with freckles, it does sort of lean towards a Fitzpatrick skin type 1, which is really fair, which you know yourself. But it also means that if somebody had a Fitzpatrick skin type 3, for instance, a little bit more pigment in their skin and they had freckles, they may not have been as the pigmentation might not have happened as much. But when you have when you're very fair and you have this skin type, the Fitzpatrick skin type that you have, then you are going to get more pigmented because you're less protected on your skin.
Yes,
I know it's stated, but so what I do normally, the first thing, and as I will send you your results when I finish this. I'll send you a document with that. But the first thing to really establish when we're doing a skin consultation, whether you're in the salon or obviously this is our first time to do it online, which is a little bit challenging. But the first thing,
very different.
Oh yeah, but we I'm fortunate that I will get to meet you, so I can do the camera for you when I do get to see you. But the first thing we do is we determine what's called the intrinsic skin type, and that is the skin type you're born with. So once we establish that skin type, everything else is a skin condition. It's called extrinsic. So it's a skin condition. So for instance, your skin type would be, even though you may not have had redness, it would have been in that category of diffused redness / sensitive / dry. So the condition was the spots, but they were caused by hormones. They were caused by an external, in your case internal, but external type of influence on your skin, which you weren't born. Because the importance of establishing this is because you cannot change your skin type. Yeah. Change the skin condition. So influence the skin condition. So that's really a good start. So moving on to your wash cleanser, it wouldn't be a cleanser I would pick for you first, because any of the wash cleanser, I think that's foaming, tends to be a little more dehydrating on the skin. So and the first priority for any skin type, there's 3, by the way. There's diffused redness, acne oily, and lipid dry, which would be like eczema or lacking natural oils. But the first thing you want to do is to create the balance in the skin, and that's the first thing. So to create a balance with your skin type, then it would be more proper to use a cleanser that's not stripping the skin or doesn't make it feel tight after you use it. So a lot of the time, foam cleanse, we tend to use a foam because it has a more wash effect and a wash feel, but it's not always the best option. You're better using like a cotton face cloth or something to remove it off the skin. That'd be the first change I would like to make. The second is toner. And toners have a bit of a bad rap because they tend to have, some of them over the years have had alcohol and stuff like that. Some of them still do. But a toner is not really designed to close pores, which is physically impossible. It's designed to rebalance the pH of the skin. Again, in your case, that'd be really important. So you get that balance on the skin. And then we start looking at other products it's going to help us. So I tend to break down, when I have a client for the first time, I break down it into 3 phases. So you have your corrective phase. So even though I might have a client who really, really wants to, she's really interested in aging and anti-aging and wants to really start all these treatments like, IPL skin rejuvenation and microdermaneedling and all of that. It's not great to jump into something like that. So it's much more, it's better to be able to start balancing the skin first. Then you have a happy skin that will react and respond, to anything else that we do with it in a very positive way. So the products that you start with are not necessarily products that are going to, they're not going to have active ingredients that are going to really, start to, work on the skin from an anti-aging point of view. So but the products that I would start you with, even in that balancing section, would be certainly a protection for the skin, so that and I know I did see that you're using a protection at the moment. What is that? Is it a factor 50, factor 30?
I was actually laughing at this when I was answering the question, because I was saying, like, it's definitely SPF, but it's in my makeup.
Okay, it's a mineral.
But it is strong. So the foundation that I'm using, I think, has SPF 30 plus in it.
Yes.
Actually, I think it's 50. I'll double check, but it's actually not. It's 50 because my mom uses it when she's away on holidays, because she had skin cancer before, so she has to wear 50 plus all the time on her face.
Yeah.
But the foundation has 50 in it. So, and when I go outdoors, I'll always have makeup on. So that's a protected.
Yes, and one of the things that I didn't, I still would be a very firm believer in using an actual cream, and then using your makeup is just a double. It's like wearing a hat. It's just another a tool to protect your skin. What I also noticed in the pictures is it's the pigmentation tends to be a little bit down here as well. These areas are vital, and a lot of the time we just think about our face. We don't think about it. Well, we do, but we don't think about it down here. So you don't wear makeup down here. So that's where you need to be protecting as well. So you need to look at that as an overall rather than, and if you use a cream that's going to do that, well, then you can apply it in those areas. Exactly. So that certainly would be part of of what I'd be recommending for you. How do you remove your cleanser, Stacey, from your skin?
With a face cloth.
Cotton face cloth.
Yeah,
perfect. I noticed, I just had a quick look at your file. Neve bought products for you, herbal foam cleanser and a sensitive serum. And I would say Neve got the herbal foam cleanser because maybe you were saying you were getting breakouts or you had blackheads, or because I can't see that. So that might have been her reason for, and she wasn't wrong, but it wouldn't be a product that I would choose if I'm taking you on this journey. So we'll certainly changing that to a sensitive cleanser. But the face cloth is great. Wash the face cloth and just remove it. And in your case, you'd probably need to do a double cleanse because you do wear your makeup. You do wear makeup every day, and so that would be important. And but the face cloth you would definitely need to use that. So you're doing that already. Do you use any exfoliators at all?
Do you know what? I don't, and this is one of the things I wanted to bring up. Like, I'll often exfoliate, so I'd have exfoliator, body exfoliator, that I do use when I'm in the shower once a week. But I'll often use that, and I probably shouldn't be using it on my face. But I found over the last good few months that I'm kind of getting, they're not even spots, they're kind of little white dots underneath my skin. More so here for some reason than anywhere else. And the odd ones kind of under my kind of bags where on my eyes, and they seem to be the only places I'm getting them. They can't get rid of them. It drives me crazy.
I think, again, I wasn't able to see that type of detail on this, on the pictures you sent, but I would, there's either two reasons. If you stretch your skin and there's bumps underneath the skin, or are they actually they're little white dots on the top of the skin? How would you?
No, they're kind of like when I stretch out the skin, you can see them kind of underneath the skin. They're almost like a spot underneath the skin, yes, but not big, small ones like.
If I'm correct, and again, I'm just guessing because I haven't seen your skin, they sound like closed comedones, which means that there's that little bit of oiliness maybe happening under your skin. And believe it or not, that can be caused by using the wrong products, because the more, if you dry your skin, if your skin becomes dehydrated, especially your skin, because with your skin type, it's very fine. And I can tell from the pictures that you're very fine skin. You don't have like ruddy or a thicker skin. You have a very fine, delicate skin. And that's why the skin is going to, if you dehydrate that enough, then you will get dryness, and that dryness covers the follicle. And then all of a sudden, the natural oils can flow onto the skin. So again, I'll have a better idea when I get to meet you. But all of that can actually be, we can deal with that when you come in. It's a hard one for you to deal with. And exfoliation probably is not helping. I would not be using I'm not a fan of exfoliators at all, Stacey. I tend to recommend a clay mask, because a clay mask has the ability to be able to stay on the skin and dry on the skin. So it does say it has the ability then to adhere to any dead skin cells or dryness on the skin, remove them, but the mask can also be double for whatever else it's doing. It can have charcoal clay, or it can have activated charcoal powder in it, or it can have brightening ingredients in them, or whatever the specific mask is for. But the more of a drying effect it has on the skin, a drying in a good way, an adherence more so than a scrub. A scrub upsets the pH. The most important thing is to keep that pH balance. Even if you were sitting in front of me and you had an acne skin, first thing we do is balance it. So because a lot of people with acne skin don't use moisturizers because they think it's going to make the skin oily, which is
oily,
So the first thing definitely in that balancing would be to just really be gentle with the skin and introduce ingredients. So don't exfoliate. Definitely don't exfoliate.
It's really good to know. Yeah,
because, and especially if you're using it on your body, it certainly wouldn't be face. So you're dehydrating your skin as you're exfoliating it, and then you're creating those little that dryness. Even though you might not see it, it's covering the follicle, and the oil can't get out. The natural oil. It's not oil that's produced from an acne or anything. It's just those natural oils in your skin can't get out because they're covers on them from wrapped. Exactly. So the exfoliator serums. Do you use the serum on your skin?
Well, the last time I did was the ones. So Neve, I'd got for Christmas that time. I used the products for a good, say it was nearly 6 weeks. And it was the morning serum and the night serum. One was a sensitive one, I believe. They were both. Yeah, they're really good. The morning and night one I used, and I found them, honest to God, because I never really used the serum before. The last time before that was years ago, and I was living in Canada. I used the Image skincare one. I think it was the vitamin C cream. But these ones were absolutely, like, I felt like my skin, it looked, because I often, the reason my pictures that I sent you have a little bit of a color in my skin was the sun on Monday. And that's why my pigmentation as well. But usually I'm quite dull. And I felt like they brought my skin brighter. My dad even said it to my mom, Stacey looks more alive when she comes up in the morning. Dropping my son off, I used to look grey. There was a massive difference in my skin. So I kept saying I need to get a new one because it was so good.
Well, two things that just come to mind there. When Neve bought those products for you, I think she might have written them out. They're not in your file. So I didn't get an accurate reflection of what you're using, because she might have rang them out she might have bought them under her own, under her own name, so that rather than put in under different names. So I don't have that information. But the other thing is, when you're saying your skin was really dull, that's dryness. That is dryness, Stacey. So that's why your skin, because when your skin is hydrated, the light reflects off your skin. So when it's dry, it's dull, and the dead skin cells adhere even more. So it explains a lot, and it explains a lot about the. But you like serums. You don't have any, because some people say, "Oh, I don't like serums. I don't like the texture of them." Or
I love them. Oh, even putting them on, I love, even dabbing them on, I just love that feeling.
Yeah, it's like a drink of water for the skin.
Yeah.
So yeah, and everything else, like on the medical, it's just the diet. Do you consciously drink water or herbal teas or anything like that?
I don't consciously know, and I've been conscious of it, that I'm trying my best to. Like I got really bad at one stage that I'd get quite bad headaches because I wasn't drinking enough water, and it's just you get bogged down with work, and it's just I just completely forget. The time goes, I feel like, when you're working from home before you know it, the day is over. That's that was quite bad. When I was in work, I drank a lot more because I'd go in and out to the watering machine. I've been pushing myself now to, I'd have a glass of water when I wake up in the morning. It wouldn't be a pint now, it would be a tall enough glass. And then I try have another one at lunchtime, and then I make sure I try another one with dinner. But I have to force myself to drink it and remind myself.
Me too. If it's not in front of me, and then during lockdown, we tend, although it was easier because I was working in my office, so at least I always made sure there was water there. The other thing about diet as well, Stacey, is do you have a sweet tooth? Do you eat a lot of sugar? Is that part of your diet as well? Who eats a lot of sugar, but
no, I definitely, like, on and off I would, like, I'd be more, I wouldn't say massive about sugar wise, but if there's a lot of sugar content in savory food, like, I'd be a crisp lover, and I'd eat, I'd like my pizza takeaways, and everybody like, if you were to ask somebody that knew me, is Stacey a healthy eater? No, they'd laugh. So I'm really not the healthiest. Not a massive amount of sugar. Like, I wouldn't have sugar in my coffee or my tea, and I wouldn't have sugar on my breakfast. And like, when I say a treat of sugar, I mean the odd time I buy a bag of jellies. But it wouldn't be like a massive thing since the lockdown. If it was in the office, it's a different story because there's bags of jellies in there daily. But at home, no.
Well, basically, my advice to you is you have to give up work.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I wish.
But sugar is, from an anti-aging point of view, it's not the best. But you always know it. Like, if you were sitting in front of me, Stacey, and you were quite overweight and you had a lot of other issues, I'd say it's a problem. That would be a problem if you care about how your skin is aging, because sugar is very damaging to the collagen fibers in your skin. But definitely, I don't think. I think the priority with yourself is probably the preventing the pigmentation from getting any worse, because you're only 32, are you? 30?
Yeah, that's dead right.
You have a long way to go, Stacey, please God.
Yeah. I think one of the other things with my skin as well that I have found over the past kind of year, because I have lost a bit of weight in between when lockdown started to the end of it, and I felt like with that weight loss, I've lost a good bit of kind of, it's like anything else. I think a lot of people say it ages you quick when you lose weight too quickly, and I really did feel that. And I'll be honest, I think I put this in the form. I got now it's a good while ago now. I had gotten filler underneath my eyes, in the bags of my eyes. God, it was good. It was over 6 months ago now. Anyway, at this stage, it was when we had come out of lockdown. Because what happened was I felt like my face dragged down, and my bags got worse. Like, they just kind of, they weren't puffy bags, they were like deep. And I lost that kind of puffiness to my skin. It was almost just kind of hanging.
Yes. Did you find that it worked well, the filler?
Well, I definitely did. I mean, it's the only thing I found was it definitely worked quite well, and I'm glad I got it in a sense. But I sometimes I feel, because with the weight loss now, if I had went back and got a top up, but because with the lockdown I couldn't, that there's kind of areas of it here that's a little bit puffy, and then underneath that's not. So I could have got a little bit more here, because if I was to turn to the side, you'd probably see in person a slight kind of bump where I could do it a little bit more on top and below, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a great tool. Fillers and Botox, they're great tools, but I suppose creating healthy skin so that that they're a tool that make your skin look better is obviously the best way forward.
Yeah,
that's what's going to, the skin in general is what's really going to be there for you know, that's
the long term.
That's what's
yeah.
yeah,
100%. I don't have to keep going back to get it done. That's the thing. And you know, I'd rather be able to kind of use the right stuff on my skin to get it to where it needs to be, rather than relying on having to get filler in particular areas to fill out any problems. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But you know, it's like I say to my clients, the health of the skin is so important. But I would certainly be opposed to Botox, or I'm not someone who says, oh my God, I can't believe you have that done, or don't have it done. I'd say to my clients, absolutely have it done, because it's great. You have to be careful with fillers, but that's just a personal viewpoint. It's not a professional one. It's just because I've seen it over the years, how if you have it done, say, if you get used to it, it's like Botox is different, because there's no build-up. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Botox.
Yeah.
So I've seen clients over the years come in that have had fillers over and over and over again, and they tend to get little bumps, like just little, and that's now the fillers are good.
Yeah.
But still, you know, it's all, and that the filler is more distortive, I think, because that's what it's designed to do. So I think you have to just be careful. But again, I know we're
100%. Yeah. Oh, I completely agree. I completely agree. I've heard some horror stories, but I've also heard some stories of people saying that they have to get them dissolved in order to try and get it fixed or get any more because of a build up. So completely agree with you there. Yeah.
Because again, you're young, and you know there's plenty of time to get a lot more done. So just to be careful. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you. I think I have a really good grasp of where you're at with your skin, and what I'm going to do, I have a skin health results document, which I will complete now after we finish our call, and then I will send it to you. And then it's quite educational. I actually designed it so that there's a bit of reading in it. Maybe it might be a night for a glass of wine.
Well, it is the long weekend, to be fair, so I might just do it.
Perfect timing. Yes, I will complete that and send it to you, and then we definitely I would like to organize an appointment, because right straight away I know that the treatment to start with for you is the hydrofacial with the Britanol serum. So the Britanol serum is a serum that has lightening ingredients in it. So that's a great to start. And when I really get to see your skin, then I'll get a bit of idea. But we'll start with that one treatment. So I can make that appointment. Is there a good time for you? I can make it in about 2 or 3 weeks time, whatever suits.
Yeah, I have. I'm thinking, because I know you guys are allowed to open Wahey back on the 10th of May. Am I right in saying that? Congratulations. I'm delighted for you. It's great news. Really good news. I say that again. Sorry, the line got a bit funny there.
Delighted. I was talking to
oh my God, it's been a long lockdown, and this timing actually worked out really, really well. I mean, we hadn't even planned in regards to that it was going to be announced. It's crazy. It was meant to be.
Brilliant.
Really good. I have I think I've got the 12th booked off to get my hair done, so I could probably, I don't think that appointment is until 11:45. I'll double check, so maybe that morning, because I'm off, so I could kind of come up maybe when you guys open up that morning and kind of start then.
Absolutely. But I would it would be great if you could come with no makeup on.
That's fine.
So we can make an appointment for you. Don't wear any, don't even put moisturizer on. When you wake up on Wednesday the 12th, I'll confirm that appointment with you, Stacey. I'll send you an email. I just need to see my schedule myself. When you wake up, no moisturizer, just lukewarm water. If you're having to, don't put any toner, moisturizer, serum, anything on your skin, and then come straight in. And it's a fantastic way to really get to see the skin. So that's terrific. We will do that. I will fill out this form and your skin health results and send them on to you. And is there anything you'd like to ask me?
No, I think that's covered it all. Like, the main thing I wanted to mention was my bags, and then those kind of bumps under the skin, because when you put makeup on, they drive you mad, because you notice them yourself. So I think that covers it all. But that's great. I mean, I'm actually really looking forward to it, and just kind of getting started and getting it on that kind of, getting my skin to where it needs to be.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, I'm really excited. So thank you so much for taking the time and making it so comfortable.
Thank you. And we will take lots of pictures. We'll do the diagnostic camera, but we'll also take a lot of pictures as well, so we can do before and afters, and we can look and see how you're getting on. I think that everything that we will be doing will always be looking ahead of, you know, age. I love age prevention is what I'm about, because, you know, the older you get and you look back, you realize the things that you could have been doing. And now that I have the personal information, I mean, experience, it makes me very passionate about giving the advice. And, you know, when we're in our 20s and our 30s, we don't ever think we're going to get older, you know, and I don't mean that in any, you know, in a derogatory way, but I just think we just get on our lives and we just look in the mirror and we just,
it's true. It is. It's true. You don't think it.
Yeah. And it's getting it early. It's not about, you know, like obviously when people come to me and they have, you know, they're in their 60s or 70s and their skin, they haven't looked after their skin for years and years. Can you get results? Yes, you can. But wouldn't it be better? It would have been easier and better for them if they had come earlier, because once the skin starts to, you want to catch it, slow it down as it's skin healthy as it's aging, and then you get a better end result, you know. So
completely, and especially I feel like these days as well. I mean, like I don't know any girl around my age that doesn't go out every single day. Obviously, when we're back out of this again with a full face of makeup on, you know, and it's we're not, you know, it alone, you know, can aid you, because you're not getting enough your skin isn't clean every day, and then it's washing it every night and it's not using the right products. And it's it's essential, I think, now to start at this. I would have liked to start sooner, to be completely honest. I should have, and I just think it's really important if you can slow it down and avoid having to you know, kind of look back at it in 10 years time going, my God, why did I not just work on it sooner? And I know my mom is she's gassed when it comes to that sort of thing as well. Like she's always talking about, oh God, I'd love to get a facelift, because we should have went years ago and got my skin done properly. So I'm hearing her all the time. She's I should have started sooner. So no, definitely I'm glad I'm starting at this age and trying slow.
Perfect. Well, the other thing I meant to, and I'll let you go now, the supplements are something you're not taking either. So I'm going to recommend supplements for you. They are important. I'll just mention in the document why I'd be recommending them for you. And also to finish on a good note, 32 is a perfect age to be starting taking care of your skin.
Oh, happy days. Good. I'm delighted.
You know, when you're in your 20s, your skin, you still have a lot of, you know, it's really the perfect age is 30. I always say the perfect age is 30 to start. So you're only 2 years behind, Stacey.
Catch it on time then. But we won't take the last year as a year. We'll just pretend that was just a blip.
Exactly. That should be fine.
Brilliant.
All right, that's wonderful. I look forward to seeing you. So I will text you, I will email you actually just with the confirmation of the date for the facial. Is Wednesday the only day you can come in?
No. If that doesn't work, I can choose. I mean, I have a lot of annual leave, and I can take a half day, or I can just start work a little bit later. It's grand. It's a lot more flexible working from home. So look, if that doesn't suit, let me know. The only day I can't do is the 14th of May, but other than that, I'm good.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Stacey. Really enjoyed it. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.
All right.
Enjoy your long weekend.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Take care.